welcome to the Financial Blueprint, Prime Revenue's web series that starts looking into all the global problems that businesses are facing today. I'm joined by colleague Kelly Newman, who I'll introduce shortly. I'm Matt Ford. I'm the SVP of Product Innovation at Prime Revenue, and we're going to discuss some of the importance of choosing the right technology partner and how we work through those decisions. Kelly, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thanks, Matt. Kelly Newman. I am the Global Director of Product Management here at Prime Revenue. I've been with the company over 10 years. And prior to coming to Prime Revenue, I was actually working more on a consulting realm for an ERP and CRM company. So throughout my career, I've really been focused on just improving how users interact with business software.
Well, in that 10 years, you've seen a lot of change. The B2B payment space is, very, very crowded, and it can be overwhelming if you're a decision maker trying to figure out what's the best for you. And we've seen how RFPs have changed and the different questions that start coming up. How would you cut through the noise and suggest the best solution that fits your needs?
Yeah, I would say at first you want to start with your business goals and growth plan in mind. What we often see is companies will leverage IT project managers to kind of kick off that research and assessment process for what they consider to be technology projects. However, when those projects are researched and assessed in that way, they tend to really focus on the software technology and the compliance, which are all very important things. I'm not going to say that they're not important, they are. However, then the customer tends to lose sight of what's really important with those goals that the business has. So if you start with your subject matter experts really doing that initial research and assessment to define what that short list is, then you're going to have a much higher chance of success. Still bring in those IT professionals. It's important to bring in those IT professionals, but you want to right time it with that short list in mind. So that you really have a good understanding of those business problems and those goals that your company has. Okay. In addition, I cannot stress this enough, is that if it's not revenue generating, do not build it. Whether that's building business processes or building technology solutions, you want to focus on things that differentiate you as a business and buy or partner the rest.
Okay, so drill into that a little bit more and sort of talk through an example maybe where partnering makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind to me is B2B payments, right? For us personally, we in our personal lives, we partner with third-party providers all the time with payments, whether it's our online banking solution or solutions like Apple Pay. We as consumers seldomly actually issue a payment for the things that we purchase. However, interestingly enough, businesses don't do the same thing, right? And it's so much more impactful with business payments. When you think about the cost of consolidating and maintaining the payment methods for vendors, paying out in different currencies and regions, just handling all the collection calls that honestly come in for whether they be email or calls. All those tasks add up and can be extremely time consuming, error prone. Companies will have multiple employees, departments focus purely on those tasks, right? When you think about partnering with a solution or a company like Prime Revenue, where we consolidate and eliminate most of those non-revenue generating activities for the business, they can take that money and that focus on investing and growing their business.
Yeah, that's good advice. And there's also things that fall to the back burner, right? And there's always things that you do all the preparation and then you just fall out of consideration. What are the things that people don't think of that they should have top of mind in terms of considerations and advice?
I would say, focus on the future, really. It's important for businesses to look at, past B2B payments in that example, right? So you may be really concerned about the vendor management and payment process now, but once you solve that problem, what's next, right? Do you want to offer early payment through maybe third-party funding or dynamic discounting? As the solution that you've picked going to be able to grow with you in that area, right? Choosing a partner that can solve all of your liquidity and payment needs now and in the future is just smart, right? It just is. I think that you want to find a provider that values solving the same types of problems that you want solved as a business, right? Someone that's maniacally focused really on, your user experience and taking you to that next level as a company.
So knowing you can land in the place that you need to be, and then go and expand with your partner or whichever you're doing.
Exactly.
What happens when companies outgrow their fintech solutions or their strategy changes? What do you see there?
That's a great question, and exactly why you should pick a strategic partner and not look at building your own solution or choosing, a single solution provider. You really want someone whose purpose is to anticipate those unexpected changes in business, right? For example, here at Prime Revenue, all of our programs are built with movement in mind, right? So whether it's, changing in funding needs or leveraging dynamic discounting or simply just growing your supply chain into different areas, is the partner that you have able to easily do that? We do it easily. It's easy to just move those things because we recognize that not everything can be planned.
Yep.
I think that during COVID, it was a really good example of that. We had suppliers contact us and communicate how, they wouldn't have been in business if they didn't have our solutions that were, provided to them by their customer. Think about if, imagine a world where that customer had to stand all that up, right? They didn't already have that access. New agreements, new integrations, new business processes. By the time they did all that, it would have been too late.
Yep.
The impact on their supply chain would have been significant.
So there's something you touched on there, which is a little bit about that sustainability, how you're protecting that supply chain. And sustainability, simplification, they're two words that we hear a lot now as we go through this next cycle of B2B payments, fintech, etc. What are the other things that you're seeing our customers and sort of look for and what have you today?
Yeah, I'd say the primary focus is on finding ecosystems that solve problems that solve problems from a central technology, right? These solutions have been around for years, whether it's Google, Amazon, Apple, right? They all recognized the need to have a consolidated community of users and capabilities. And really, business to business products and solutions are really playing catch up right now, right? Especially in the fintech industry. Fintech really needs to recognize that they can't just be putting out, these single, point in time solutions. We've got to grow and be better. When I think about, the users of these solutions are the same users that are making decisions within businesses, right? They want simplicity. These are the same people that have smart home devices in their homes, right? They're looking for technology to ease their burdens, whether that's personally or professionally. And when I think about decision factors, it really comes down to three things. It's, services. Can who you're partnering with really get you up and running quickly with minimal IT? Again, you want to focus your resources on things that grow your business and are revenue generating. Solutions. Do the solutions that they have on the shelf meet your needs now and in the future? And the last one is really around market insights. Does your strategic partner have a pulse on the market? Are they going to be maniacally focused on continuing to provide capabilities as the market changes?
Well, this has been great, Kelly. You've been doing this for 10 years with us, and you've been a voice of the customer. You've been on the pulse of what was going on, so your insight's always really valuable to us. And thanks to everyone out there to joining us in this video today. And don't forget, we have plenty of other videos in this series. You can go and find us at primerevenue.com. You can visit our LinkedIn at Prime Revenue. And thanks for your time.